Hey guys, I've got a deck profile video for you today, and today we're going to be looking at Great Nature. Now, I really love the Great Nature clan. I played them a hell of a lot at shop tournaments, and I even took them to Nats. Didn't do as well as I hoped, but I'm not going to moan about that, even though it was the most awful tournament I've been to in my life. But anyway, Set 13 has got a release date in Europe and America, the 2nd of May, and Great Nature is getting some cards that we really needed. And no doubt I'm going to do a video on the Nova Grapplers because I love me some robots, and obviously the Beast Deities are getting a whole lot of strength and new toys to play with. But today we're focusing on the Great Nature clan, and as usual I'm going to show you numbers of cards and also a bit of deck synergy strategy. So we're going to open up with the Blackboard Parrot as our opening Vanguard. It's a Pioneer, so we call it rear guard when it's ridden. It's a 5k booster, and it has quite a nice skill of you stick it into the soul, pick one of your rear guards. When that guy retires at the end of turn, you get to draw off it. So that kind of synergizes well with the rest of our late and mid game strategy. Go to the triggers. This is the usual setup of mine, where I have my 4 heals, 5 draw, and 7 criticals. It's quite nice in this clan that they have a draw trigger with the skill that when you place it, when it's on rear guard, you can then place it into the soul, choose another one of your units, and it gains 3k. You don't really mind when it's a draw trigger. You're only losing 5k from your hand, as opposed to if it was any other trigger where you'd be losing 10k from your hand. The crits, I've gone for the new guy, the Hedgehog, mainly because both crits are 5k boosters if I really need them and I'm missing the grade ones. And also I don't really like the other one. Skill's only a 3k, and you can't pass one when it's retired. Search deck for another copy. You don't want to be pulling triggers out of the deck. You want to be draw checking them. So we go into the grade ones. 4 perfect guards. Now I feel like we need 4 perfect guards nowadays, especially with we're in the age of break rides. Coiling Duckbill. 4 of this guy. When you call it to rear guard, choose another one of your rear guards, and that gains a skill. When it's retired, you get to draw a card. So again, similar to the Blackboard Parrot, and we have 4 of these, and 1 of the Parrot, and 5 draws. Potential 10 draws, which is very nice. And the great thing about this as well is it stacks, so you may even lay 3 down and pick the same unit and be able to draw 3 cards off it, which is very nice. 3 of Silver Wolf, because it's our biggest vanilla booster, and then 3 Stamp Seal Otter. I could talk about this guy all day. The skill cannot be retired by card effects. So, Gauntlet Buster Dragon. I have to retire something? Sweet, I'll retire this. Can't be retired. Oh, I'm on. I've got Soul Charge. I've got to retire something? Sweet, I'll retire this. It can't be retired. Fantastic card. And also works well in the deck synergy. So, grade 2s, we have 3 of the 10k vanilla, just because they haven't really got that many good grade 2s. It's just, solid 10k, and we kind of use it as the sacrificial lamb for all those draws. 4 Binoculars Tiger. This guy is essential for our late game strategy. It's a 9k grade 2. When it attacks a Vanguard, pick another rear guard, it gains 4,000 power and has to be retired at the end of the turn. And then we have 4 of the Compass Line. 11k grade 2. Fantastic to ride for that extra defense, and great on the rear guard for extra power. Has got a skill which could be annoying, which is when at the end of turn you have to pick one of your rear guards and retire it. Well, we can pick Stamp Seal Otter. Doesn't get retired, or if we need to retire something from the effect of the Blackboard Parrot and the Coiling Duckbill, we can obviously if he's on Vanguard, has his skill, pick something else, get retire in the draw. So there's 4 on the grade 3s, 4 Break Ride, and 4 Polaris. Now, yes, I know it's a 10k grade 3, and I know I'm losing faith in these guys, but I just feel like Polaris is so good, guaranteeing that 4th attack. Break, when this unit attacks, cannot blast 2, pick another one of your rear guards, stand it, gains 4k, but it retires at the end of turn. Fantastic again with the synergy of the deck, all this extra card draw. The extra card draw kind of makes up for the 10k, but I wish he was 11k. So Honorary Professor Chat Noir. This is our Break Rider. It has the Break Ride skill where when you ride over at 4 damage, you gain 10k, and your Vanguard also gains a skill. When one of your Great Nature rear guards attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your Great Nature rear guards, and that unit gains 4,000 power to the end of turn. So basically, it gives you the skill of the Binoculars Tiger, but then there's an extra part. At the end of that turn, you draw a card and retire a unit. Now, the retire is not a part of the draw effect, so you can stack this and get multiple draws and not have to retire. But I'll get into all those shenanigans when we get to the Break Right turn. So, grade 2, we've ridden the Compass Line. It's 11k with extra defense and that big push of power. And we have to retire something out at the end of turn. And we don't have to retire the Blackboard Parrot because, we want to get its skill off of sticking in the soul and picking a rear guard and drawing a card. So we're going to need that sacrificial lamb, and what best to sacrifice but the good old 10k vanilla. So we're going to call Geograph Giant to a rear guard. that's pretty much the only reason we have this guys in the deck. We really don't want to do it to a skill card. So now we can stick a Calling Duckbill down if we've got it, and let's say we have this example, and we get to pick a rearguard, so we're going to pick the Geograph Giant. So when Geograph Giant retires, we draw a card. Then we're going to stick Blackboard Power into the Soul, and he has his skill. We can pick a rearguard. When that unit dies in a turn, we draw a card. So we're going to pick Geograph Giant, and then lastly we're going to stick our Silver Wolf behind our Vanguard, giving us the maximum attack power which we are going to need. And now with Compass Line skill at the end of turn, we can pick a guy to retire, and we can obviously pick the Geograph Giant, and we're going to draw 2 cards off it. So this is going to be a really nice turn. We're going to have a Vanguard attack of 19,000, and we have a Rearguard attack of 17k. Any triggers mean that boosts up to 22,000, and also we're going to be drawing 3 cards, 2 off the draw, and a drive check, which is very nice. So now we're going into the Break Ride turn. Managed to maintain that left side field rearguards, and we've got the Chat Noir as our grade 3. Now previously that would attack for 21,000, which is very nice. It's a nice number to hit. 21k against the 11k Vanguards, forces the 15k shield for 1 trigger. So we Break Ride with Polaris, and now this is the field you want to see. Now with Break Ride Polaris, we've got the 10k power, and the skill whenever a rearguard attacks, it gains 4. Whenever a rearguard attacks a Vanguard, it picks another rearguard, and that gains 4k. So this is the optimal field that we really want. This is where we're going to hit the maximum numbers, do the max amount of damage, and hopefully, if our opponent's on 4 damage, we're going to get 4 attacks this turn. Maybe even, seal the game. So this is how we do it. First attack, we go with our rearguard. Our Binoculars target boosted by Calling Duckbill. Attacks the Vanguard for 16,000 power, and that's going to force a 10k shield, which is again a good number to hit. And then we're going to target the Compass Line. Now we target the Compass Line once from the Tiger's own skill, and then twice from the Break Ride skill. And also to keep in mind that we will have to draw 1 card off this guy when it retires at the end of turn. So that means now that our Compass Line, unboosted, is going to attack for 19,000, and yes, we want to unboost it just by itself. 19k, again that is going to force the 10k shield from our opponent, and now we can target the Stamp Seal Otter, give that 4,000 power, but that has a nice skill that it won't retire at the end of turn, so we will maintain a good formation. And now we are up to 2 cards drawn at the end of turn, 1 from the Lion and 1 from the Stamp Seal Otter. So now we can push forward with the Vanguard, and this will be 31,000, Counterblast 2, stand up rearguard, it gains 4k. It gets 31 because Polaris has the skill when it attacks the Vanguard, it gains 3k, then let's say 10k from the Break Ride, and the 8k booster. So, Twin Drive twice, that's 2 cards added to the hand, and just say we get no triggers, that's fine, but we get the 4k power to our Beastie Lion. And this column is going to be very, very hard to deal with. So this may be a perfect guard. If not, your opponent is going to have to drop 30k's worth of shield. So now we finally attack with the Compass Line, giving its 4k boost again to Stamp Seal Otter, meaning that we'll draw 2 off Stamp Seal Otter and then once off the off the Lion. And this attacks for 37,000. So that now means over 4 attacks we have attacked for 103,000 power. Similar to the Murakami video, we're hitting the same amount, but we're doing over 4 attacks as opposed to 3, which is going to be more devastating. And we're getting the added bonus of drawing cards. So we will draw, like I said, 2 from the Stamp Seal Otter and 1 from the Lion. Now to talk about some honourable mentions, some very interesting cards as well. This is a Wash Up Raccoon, has a great skill, which is Counterblast 1, and you choose 3 grade 1 or greater great natures not named Wash Up Raccoon from your drop zone and put them back into your deck. And then when this card is retired from rearguard at the end of turn, you get to search your deck for another copy of him, add them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it's a great way to recycle perfect guards, or cards that you have retired from guarding, or cards that you have used with Calling Duckbill to draw off, and then getting him back. So I would like to try and fit it in the deck, but it's quite hard. I mean, you could maybe use 2 of these and 2 Calling Duckbills, but I just like having those solid 4 Duckbills just to guarantee those extra draws. But yeah, a very, very interesting and great card indeed. Another option to run with Chat Noir is the Leopold Reverse. which works very well with it, and it's a really interesting card. It's 11k Vanguard, which is nice for that guarding, but you're only going to get 3 attacks off it. Now its skill is you have to lock one of your rear guards, then you choose 2 of your rear guards, and they gain 4k power, and they gain a skill, which is at the end of the turn, retire that unit. But then, during the end phase, when that unit has been in the drop zone, you can call it back to open rear guard. So really interesting. So, you know, they getting extra power if you use the Tiger. That's going to be able to give 8k to another unit, as well as having the 4k itself. You're going to be getting draws from the Break Ride skill. And then all those cards that got retired, you get back. So really interesting. I will definitely have to play test this, as I do think it'll be very strong, even though it's only 3 attacks as opposed to the 4. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try and get some games of it. I haven't been playing much online, but I will try and get a game or 2 with the Mirror Combo deck and with this, and I may even try the Leopold reverse version as well, so you guys kind of see them in action as well, as instead of just theory, and make your own mind up about which ones you prefer. So as always, please like, comment and subscribe, and check around next time for more videos. Adios.